that is trying to kind of grab that flag of their conference as well. A nice up-and-coming Brookfield team went to the district championship last year and gave South Range a big fight. We have Ken Forsythe, the head coach of Brookfield girls basketball, joining us, and we'll pop him in right now. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time.
Hey, guys, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome. We are so looking forward to basketball season, and you're one of the guys that we had to get on.
Coach, my first question for you, and looking at this season, Anthony already talked about it, where you guys ended last year, I think, a very successful season, a lot of positives to take away from that. Looking back at last year, what are the positives that you took away from that team as a coach, and what are some things you think that this team can improve on going into this year to get further than what they did last year?
The positives I took about it is they're great girls. They all, great grades, and, it's a great group of girls to be around. And they came together, quicker than we thought last year, which was a huge thing for them. The things we could build on is, I feel like maybe 2 or 3 more of them could look to score more. And I don't think we're there yet defensively. And I think that's, the 2 things we're going to focus on this heading into the season in the next couple of weeks.
Last year you played Crestview twice in the regular season. You couldn't get over that hump, but then you got them in the tournament. And do you think that's going to give this team that's returning almost everybody? You have a lot of returning starters. Kind of confidence this year inside the conference that you kind of got that monkey off your back in the tournament last year?
Yeah, I mean, that Crestview game was huge for him because, again, since I took over, I was 0-6 against Coach Blatch and them guys. And, they have a great program. And like I said, our girls getting over there and get that monkey off their back is huge for them because that can go a long way. And it was kind of, we battled South Range, which was good. It was a very good team too. And it's a good building for a bunch of sophomores and juniors as they were last year.
Let's hear it from the coach himself, and let's meet the team of the Brookfield Lady Warriors this year. Name some of the big-name players you expect to have huge roles this season, as well as maybe some dark horse younger players that you think maybe if they put in some work, they could see some significant playing time this year.
I mean, when the first name he always rings a bell is Sophie Hook, and she's one of the better players in the area. But it's the girls around her too that make her as good as she is. Audrey Reardon, I'm expecting having a big year out of her. She was first team all conference last year, had a great season, averaged, I think, 13, 14 points a game. Katie Gibson and Katie Logan are 2 others that I'm expecting to have big years. They were both second team all conference girls last year. And them are the 2 I'm looking to see score more this year. I also, with Anna Riker, who, coaches and teams only saw her, 3 or 4 games in the playoffs last year. And, she's a big part of our puzzle this year, and her coming back from that knee injury was huge for our playoff boost last year. And then, you go on, and I'm expecting like Kaylee Wellman, I'm expecting her to have a big season this year as a sophomore. She struggled a little bit as a freshman, but she had a great summer and improved a lot. Abby the Joy is another one I'm expecting to have a big season. She played a nice role for us last year. She was honorable mention all conference, and and I'm expecting her to even fill up the stat sheets a little bit more this year. We got Reese Nail, who was spotty last year with playing, but I feel like she's another one that can plug in there and she can rebound with the best of them and play some defense.
You brought up Sophie Hook, and I just want to take a minute with her real quick because she came on the scene last year and just dazzled everybody and really impressed a lot of people, including myself. What kind of things do you want to see from her this year to improve on and even get better and take that next step as a leader on the court and probably off the court as well?
I think, she's always been a leader as, she goes like a leader by example. I would like to see her be more vocal. And that's kind of what I've been talking to her about is, talking to your teammates, explaining things to them. She sees the game differently than most. She's very, very high key basketball player. And I think it's a vocal thing with her because they all look up to her. I shouldn't say look up to her, but they all understand her and things like that. But I think it's more of a vocal thing with her right now to get her over that next hump.
And there's no doubt leaders are the people you want to put in that position that represent your program well. So when you think about the Brookfield Lady Warriors, what do you want it to mean to these girls to be a Lady Warrior?
I wanted them first and foremost to enjoy themselves. That's what it comes down to. I mean, they're only in high school once. They got to enjoy the atmosphere. They got to enjoy what they do, and they got to be able to do everything. I mean, we're a small school. I mean, right now, we had a practice last night. We only had 6 girls there because the volleyball team's still playing. And I encourage them girls to go watch them play tomorrow night because, again, it's a small community and we get behind our sports in Brookfield. And that's the one thing that's, love these girls need to realize about being a Brookfield Warrior, even the boys in the school. We got to have each other's back. And that's what, I've been trying to tell them. It's, 10 years from now, you ain't going to worry about the wins and losses. You're going to look to say, hey, did I have the memories and did I have fun doing that? So that's what I'm kind of just preaching to them right now.
Let's talk about your schedule that you've put together. Obviously everyone knows the MVAC is going to be tough like it is every year. Teams like Liberty, Crestview, Garfield's coming into the fray. But what about some non-conference opponents as well that you kind of have put in there that you're kind of excited to play and are going to sharpen your team's teeth before the tournaments?
We open up with Lakeview, which is going to be challenging just because the Pavlansky girl is very well. She might be one of the best players in Trumbull County, and she'll give us a challenge, which I was looking for. We got Mineral Ridge, who's I heard they're young, but again, you can't overlook any teams because we were young at once too when we competed. So, we got Springfield, who's really good with the Mullins girl. Then we have our Christmas tournament with Cleveland Shaw, I think, is coming down, and then we got the winner of Columbiana and Berkshire, who are very well coached, 2 good coach teams, and Berkshire, is going to surprise some teams this year. We played them last year, and we struggled with them for a half when they were young. So I'm expecting big things out of them, and that kind of push us if we end up seeing them in the championship of the Christmas tournament. And then you guys hit on this yesterday, and we got South Range the last game of the year, which was I love playing Coach Fischel. He always has his teams ready, and again, it's like I always tell our girls, we're playing the best dressed coach in the state of Ohio. So we got to make sure we look good to outdo his outfits.
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna have to look a lot better on that basketball court, and I think you guys will. I think you guys have a lot of talent, and like you said. But talking about that talent too, and obviously there's a lot of great coaching that goes into the X's and O's of the game of basketball, but there's a lot that goes into developing these girls as members of society after this. So what are some things the Brookfield basketball program is doing to teach these girls outside of the sport of basketball to help them
guys there?
themselves in life?
Yeah, we still got you, Coach.
Hello?
Can you hear us? He bleeped out for a minute there. I see him.
Hello?
Yeah, some glitch gremlin. You hearing us, Coach? As we'll have to wait for Coach to get back on here. Glitch gremlins like to come in every once in a while and mess up our fun too. I don't know. Maybe the glitch gremlins are wearing burgundy and gold or something. They didn't like the Coach Fischel and they're trying to attack him. We'll get you back on, Coach. We're not going to let the gremlins try to take you out. I think we got him back in now. You hearing us, Coach?
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Yeah, no problem. My question, I'll repeat this for you. X's and O's go a long way on the basketball court in developing these girls' skills. What is the Brookfield basketball community doing to help shape these girls for society then? And in other words, what are you guys teaching these girls outside of the sport of basketball?
It's about getting along with everybody and about respecting everybody and and doing things for the younger generation of Brookfield and things like that. I'm going to get these girls more involved with our youth programs this year, so they could kind of go down because again, it's little eyes are always on them. They walk down the hallways or we're in one school building now, so them kindergarten, first, second, third graders might be walking down the hallway and they see an Audrey Reardon or a Sophie Hook and and they point to them, but then our girls just don't take that into consideration. So I think it's more about getting them out there, making sure that letting the community know how great of girls they really are, and that's that goes a long way. So
You brought up the youth program and the things that Brookfield can do to develop the kids before they may get into 7th grade. What kind of things does your program do to develop the youth and get the youth involved in the program?
We have a group. It's called the Carl Hoffman League, and it's been run for 40 years, 50 years, and it's a great thing. There's parents and people involved that are volunteering, and it's for our 3rd through 6th graders. And they practice 2 or 3 days a week, and then they're also in a league up in Badger that play on Saturdays. So we're very fortunate enough to get these guys and girls playing some basketball at a very young age.
Coach, my final question for you. We already got a chance to meet the team. We got to talk a little bit about this season. Final question for you. Let's meet the staff that's going to be helping you out. So some of your assistant coaches and some of those people that are going to be big helps to you along the way for this season.
The guy that Chris Fondrick has been with me since I took over this program, and he's the glue of the whole thing. He's been around. He was a head boys coach at Brookfield for years. He was on the Warren Harding staffs that went down to the state semis and regional finals there for a couple of years with Steve Arnold when he was the basketball coach at Harding. And he was also my junior high and JV coach when I was in high school. So having his knowledge around is very, it goes a long way, especially with, I've been coaching basketball, but I haven't been a basketball head coach. So he helps me out tremendously. I have a volunteer assistant, Adam Lewis, he was a paid assistant last year, but he went into a volunteer role this year. He's very knowledgeable, had a great career at Lakeview, and having them 2 guys around is going to be huge. I just hired Matt Smoot, who I coached when he was in junior high and high school as a boys side. He's going to be the JV coach, and he was one of our junior high coaches last year. And then my junior high coach, I got one coach this year. Her name's Andrea Grimm. She does well with the girls. She coaches volleyball. She has a lot of experience with the girls. So it's good to have that with them, that they're used to that, knowing what they're getting with her.
Coach, before we let you go, since this is a preview of Brookfield girls basketball and we are so close to the season, I want to give you the chance to kind of give a selling point to the Brookfield community to get out and get to some girls basketball games this year. Now that we, knock on wood, will have full capacity crowds in these gyms.
It's like I tell my girls, I wish our girls could have went through that last year with the community and the gyms full, because, one thing I always tell the girls, when you win, Brookfield shows up. You're losing. When them stands are empty, they know they don't want no part of you. But you start winning, them stands will be packed every night. And this is a typical Brookfield team. They're going to work hard. They got that work ethic down flat. But again, it's going to be something they're proud of. And I hope them stands are filled every night with our faithful community members.
Get out there and support the Lady Warriors, Brookfield faithful. They're going to need you this season, and they're going to be putting on a show for you.
You know what? He said it. The volleyball team's still in action tomorrow night as well, so make sure you get out and support.
Yeah, I'd like to wish them guys good luck, too, because that's a great team and a great coaching staff. So hopefully they win tomorrow night and keep it rolling, because we could back up basketball season a little bit. Right. I have no problem doing that.
And we'll wish you the best of luck as well, Coach, in your season. And we hope to be talking to you again real soon, and probably some of your players as well.
All right. Thank you guys for everything. I appreciate it.
Thank you.